we are going to make the cover of the art book today, and we're going to bind it together so that you have this book that you can keep for a really long time. So I just am so excited about this, but before we get started, I had a friend that wanted to join our video today. It's okay, you can come on.
I'm nervous.
They will like you. It's fine.
How do you know? Oh, well, hi.
It's fine. It's fine. They're very, very nice. This is Gus, everyone. This is my friend Gus. Gus, can you say hello to everyone?
Well, hello there.
He's a little shy, but he has been a part of my family for, gee, Gus, how long has it been now?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can't really think of how long it has been. I don't know, a number of years.
Yeah, it's been a bit, for
Yeah,
sure.
so anyways, guys, I was just telling the boys and girls how we are going to make our art book today. We're going to finish up our art book today.
Oh, a book about Bart? My friend Bart.
No, we're not writing a book about your friend Bart. No.
Oh, did you say cart? Like we need to start sanitizing our carts more? Oh, I think I know what you said. You said chart. Like we used to use a chart when I used to sell the high seas.
No, nothing about selling the high seas.
An eye chart?
No.
A pie chart. Like what I use in a meeting?
No.
A flip chart?
No.
A flow chart?
No.
A star chart?
No.
On anything with a chart? What are you talking about a chart for? I don't understand what you're saying.
No.
Oh.
We're not doing any of that. We're going to make our art book. We're finishing it up, actually.
Oh, you're writing a book about how to play darts.
No. Gus.
Are you writing a book about
No.
Are you writing a book about... Are you writing a book about my sweetheart? I have a sweetheart. She's so sweet.
No.
I think you might want to write a book about her. Her name is Ma.
Oh, you have a sweetheart.
Yes, I have a sweetheart. She is just gorgeous.
Oh, Gus, that's so nice. No, but we are going to finish making our art book.
Oh, are you making a book about Mart, like Walmart? I used to know a guy named Sam Walton. I used to visit him back in 1940, maybe 1953. I'm not really sure.
No, nothing about Walmart. No, Gus. You have gotten yourself all confused, honey. We're going to make, or we are finishing it. We've already made it. We are going to add the cover to our art book.
Oh, you're gonna write a part book, a book about tractor parts or spare parts?
No, nothing about tractor parts or spare parts.
I used to live on a farm and we had a tractor and we needed to get a part book, whatever.
No, nothing about tractor parts or spare parts.
Oh, is your book about starting, about how to start a book or how to jumpstart, or kickstart, or...
No, not about starting. No, we're finishing, actually.
So if you're not going to jumpstart or kickstart, are you trying to get a head start?
No, Gus, how are you getting so confused? No, I'm sorry. He has been a part of my family, like I said, for a very, very long time. And he gets a little confused sometimes. Yeah, it'll be all right, honey. He just gets a little confused. But no, we're making our book about art.
Oh, I think you said tart. You said how to make a tart? I like tarts. They're real sweet.
No, Gus, not about tarts. I'm not cooking today. Or maybe I am later, but not right now.
Oh, I know what you said now. You said you're gonna make a book about fire.
No, we're not making a book about that.
Oh, are you trying to outsmart me? Why are you trying to outsmart me? This is not fun.
No, I'm not trying to outsmart you, Gus. We're just gonna make an art book. Okay, maybe next time Gus asks to come, I should tell him he needs to stay not on the video. I mean, he's always at home. We're at home, he's at home. But no, Gus, this is a little bit much for your brain, sweetheart. He's getting so... Anyways, today we're gonna finish our art book, Gus.
Did you say art book?
Yes, our art book. Thank you, Gus. And I hope you really enjoy having that art book. And years from now, you'll be able to look back and see, this is what I knew when I was that age in art.
Know what I knew when I was that age? How old are these boys and girls? I'll tell them what I knew when I was that age.
Alright, well I had to send Gus to take a nap.
crap. Anyways, we're going to use our art book that we've been using the last couple weeks. You'll also need the page that says My Little Art Book, and put all these together and you have the elements of art and about the artist, and then a page with all these different things that talk about you. So you just print that out from your PDF that is at the bottom of the video in the description. You also need a piece of paper to be the cover of your book. You can use black or you can use another color. You can just use a white piece of paper, whatever you have available to you. And you'll need a glue stick, some scissors, and a scrap piece of paper to help with the cutting, and then later we will need something to color with. So let's get started here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the page that I chose to be the cover of my book. I'm going to fold it in half by matching up the two corners and then holding it with my one hand while I use the other hand to take and crease it across the middle section. And now I can slide my pages of my art book inside the cover. And it fits right inside of there really nice. And you can open it up and you can see all your pages just like a real book. Alright, now it's time to put the front on it. So I'm going to set the book to the side so that I have a little bit of workspace here. And grab the page that says My Little Art Book. We are going to cut out that My Little Art Book section using our scissors on the dotted lines. So first I'm just going to cut a really nice loose cut the whole way across the piece of paper that will cut off my little art book and leave all these other pieces to the side. And I'll also cut off that little paint tube there. And this makes it easier for me to cut on the dotted lines. Now I'm going to cut nice and slow on the dotted lines, making sure to keep it nice and neat. Remember, our scissors are like a little alligator that's eating the paper, and we move the scissors forward, but we use our other hand to steer our paper. And so it's a two-handed job. Alright, I'm going to speed up the rest of my cutting. Now we are ready to take those words, My Little Art Book, and glue them to the front of our art book so that we're making a cover for our art book. So turn over that page onto your scrap paper and use your glue to make sure you get glue everywhere. And the scrap paper is there to protect your desk or table from getting any glue on it. Then you turn it back over and you put it on the front of your art book, and then you're going to press it down and rub it down. Now grab those different art supplies that I have in the boxes there, and you get to decide which of these would you like on the front of your art book, and you can pick 3 or 4 of them to cut out. I like painting a lot, so I'm going to use the paint palette, the paintbrush. I also like drawing, so I think I'm going to use the pencil, and I'm going to use that little tube of paint. And this is just to help us decorate our art book. If you have cool stickers of things that you like that aren't art supplies and you want to use cool stickers, that's fine. But I just provided a few things for you to choose from that are art supplies that you can cut out and put on the front of your book. So now take your time, cut nice and slow on these dotted lines. I again am going to speed up my cutting just so that I'm not wasting your creativity time. Next, we're going to use our glue stick to put glue on the back of each of these items and then stick them to our art book cover. Now we're going to turn in our art book to the last page, the very last page between the cover and the book itself. And on that page there, we are going to put our little sign about, you put all these together and this is the elements of art. Put all these together and you have the elements of art. That's what it actually says. So we're going to cut that out again. So I'm going to speed it up so that way you don't have to just watch me cut. We also are going to cut out the sign that says About the Artist. Okay, first put glue on the back of the one that says put all these together, and you have the elements of art. Put glue all over that one and stick it on that very last page. And then you're going to put glue on the back of About the Artist and stick it on the inside of the back cover. Next, you get to take this page here that has a lot of different questions about you and pick a couple. You can pick 4 or 5, whatever you want to put in the back, and you put it in under About the Artist. So I am going to pick my favorite color, and I think I will also pick my favorite season. I will also pick my favorite food and maybe one other, and then I'll glue them on the back of the inside of this cover. And now you can fill in the details about what your favorite color and what your whatever else is that you picked for this back cover. And that way, whenever you look at this in the future and look back at not only what you knew at your age about art, but also you can look at some of the things that were your favorite at that age in your life. So it'll be a fun little keepsake for you. And at this point, if you want to color any of those words, you can do that. I'm not going to spend time coloring these back words, but that's a fun way to finish your book up. I'm going to skip over to the front and color that real quick. So now it's time to bind our book together or keep it all together in some way. One way is through a stapler. Now traditionally when you staple a book, you try to staple with the middle. But when you have a regular stapler, it won't work. So you just have to put some staples right along the spine of it because traditionally you need what's called a long-handed stapler or a binding stapler that can reach all the way into the middle of a piece of paper. And all we have probably at our homes would be a regular type of stapler like I have here. So you just go along and put some staples along the spine, and that'll work really nice to bind it together for you. So that's one simple way to do this, and then you'll have to just go through and press out each page so that it'll open up really easy then. And there's one way to bind your book. The second way is if you have a hole punch. Now I don't have a single hole punch, but I have a 3-hole punch, and I'm going to use that 3-hole punch just to put 2. And after you get those 2 holes in, then grab some ribbon and just want cut yourself a piece of ribbon or string or yarn or something, and then you want to go up through those 2 holes that you placed into your book. And then you can tie it into a nice bow like you would tie your shoes. You might need help with this part if you're not super good. A little bit more tying way that you could bind a book, and I into really like this way bow. But if you don't have one of these tiny hole punches like this way, and it's a rather cute way with a little bow, I did want to show you just in case you happen to have the supplies. Then you can bind your book this way. You go through and you put several tiny holes through the spine and the inner parts of your book, you know, all those pages. So make sure you're catching all of those, and you put tiny holes the whole way down, I would say about every half an inch or so. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and put a piece of tape along the spine, so that way it helps with keeping those holes strong and they don't rip through just that piece of paper that you have there, because this isn't like a super thick piece of paper, so the tape helps to support that. Next, I'm going to cut myself a piece of string, and then using a large embroidery needle, I will put the string into the tiny holes, and I'll just punch right through that tape that is there, so it helps to hold the string in place. Now, like I said, this is my preferred way to finish the book off, but this is definitely one that you would need parent help with, and you would also need an embroidery needle and the string and tiny hole punch. So this possibly is not the option that you're going to go with, but I did want to show it to you in case someday you find yourself with these supplies and you want to try making a book, or in case you really get into making books. This is a really good way to bind up your little books that you make. So I'm just poking my embroidery needle into each of those holes that I made with my tiny hole punch, and they're pretty easy to see through my thin tape, and it creates a little nice lacing type of design with my string, and once I get to the top, I will turn around and I will lace back down to the bottom again. Then I'll just tie it in a knot and I'll tuck the extra strings up. And last, I use a piece of clear tape on the inside to help protect the paper from ripping away from the strings. And now we have my little art book. I learned there are 3 primary colors: red, blue, and yellow. And when those colors mix, there are 3 secondary colors. I learned there are lots of lines, and these lines often start our artwork. Lines are used to create shapes like these. Lines are also used to show space, like from here to there. And lines help to show how a shape can turn into a form. Sometimes lines are used to create textures. And other times, art is created through lights and darks, which is called value. Put all of these together and you have the elements of art. And then about the artist. So this is a nice little keepsake for you, and it was a great way to review the elements of art with you. Thank you for creating with me, and I hope you enjoyed the way you bind your book today and creating the entire art book with me.